Meet Chang Lin-wen, Taiwan's ultimate cinephile. He's collected over 700 movie projectors, a treasure trove of Taiwan's living history, a passion project that flickers to life before your very eyes.
People all over the world collect projectors, but in Taiwan, not many do. I want to build a movie museum. Hi, I'm Chang Lin-wen. I love watching movies and everything about them. Welcome to my private film collection space.
In the grand tradition of the 8 great art forms, film stands as the youngest. Though little more than a century old, it has already transformed the way humanity tells stories and the way we see the world. Movies have shaped our lives, from early film reels in theaters to the digital screens in our living rooms. And in Taiwan, Chang Lin-wen has preserved this history with the nation's richest collection of film artifacts, his very own miniature movie museum.
The first movie I ever saw was The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. My neighbor took me to see it when I was in 5th grade. It's probably my own fault. From that day on, I was completely hooked.
At 11 years old, Chang fell in love with cinema. He wrote in his school notebook, "Why do moving pictures move?" After finishing elementary school, he spent 150 Taiwan dollars to buy a toy projector at a toy shop in Chiayi City, his very first step into the world of film collecting.
This was my very first collectible. It cost me 150 Taiwan dollars. I bought it the summer after elementary school. This toy projector is really fun. You just turn the crank and it projects images onto the wall, and it still works. It came with so many slides, Snow White, Pinocchio, all kinds of classic stories. After junior high, I bought my first movie camera. It filmed my very first short movie. It captured my old countryside home. Here's my mom, my great-grandmother in the middle, and my aunt beside her. Everyone you see in that footage has since passed away. One day, I walked into a camera shop and saw this Fuji Super 8 camera. I asked the shop owner, it's so small, must be cheap, right? He said, no, this is the smallest model available, 2,000 Taiwan dollars. Whoa, 2,000! Back then, I made only 600 Taiwan dollars a month as an apprentice, so I had to save 4 months' salary to buy it. But I did it, and that's how my dream began. When I was still in school, I used to visit the local recycling facility. The owner's son was my classmate. I told him, if you ever get any projectors, save them for me. I'll buy them all. That's how I started. It's been about 48 years now, and I've collected over 700 projectors. My dream is to break the Guinness World Record and one day open a museum that displays all my projectors, cameras, and film artifacts.
By profession, Chang is a metal craftsman. He knows it's hard to make a living chasing his cinematic dream, so he has always struck a careful balance between his career and passion projects. People know him as a collector, but in his heart, his dream has always been simpler: to stand behind the projector and bring movies to life on the big screen.
When I was in 9th grade, I did something crazy. I built a mini projector out of a book. Yes, a book! I charged classmates 30 Taiwan dollars each to watch a movie. That was my first theater. I asked my classmates, want to watch a movie? 30 Taiwan dollars per person. My very first movie screening. Before I started working with metal craft, I had a dream. I dreamed of projecting movies for a crowd, rows of people sitting there, watching the film I was showing. I felt I'd be really good at being a projectionist. My greatest dream was being able to show movies to people. Back then, that was all I wanted. I never imagined that someday I'd end up collecting so many projectors. So far, I have 700 projectors. Among them, the rarest is an Edison 22mm projector. I have the Edison photo, this one. Here's a photo of Edison himself standing beside this exact machine. The film strip has 3 rows, images in the center, and subtitles on both sides. It was such an unusual design that production stopped in 1920. Over 100 years old, no one's ever seen this projector in person. I've never even taken it out until now. It's that precious. You can't even find it on eBay.
Collecting is never a solitary passion. It needs family support. At first, Chang's loved ones struggled to understand why he devoted so much time and energy to gathering old film artifacts. But over time, he helped them realize these artifacts are more than objects. They are pieces of history worth preserving.
All my collectibles were kept in Zhou back then. I didn't dare to bring them to Taichung. My family used to complain, "Why are you keeping all this junk? Nobody watches this stuff anymore." These collectibles are all over my house, piled up everywhere. But they knew it's my passion. I scrimp and save just to buy these pieces of history. One of my most special finds is a set of old publicity photos from the 1930s featuring 2 famous actors, Xuan and Yun. Funny story, one day I was on my way to pay my mortgage when a used book dealer called me. Hey, Mr. Zhang, I've got some rare movie stills. Want to see? I went and ended up spending my mortgage payment on the photos instead. Some were even early nude shots of Yun. It was unheard of at the time. I thought, these can't be lost to history, so I bought them all. Of course, my wife was furious buying photos with our mortgage payment. But to me, if I don't save them, they disappear forever. Someone else would take them, and maybe they'd be lost for good.
Yes, one man's trash is another person's treasure. That's the depth of Chang's commitment. But his collection was never about the money. It's a passion project driven by his desire to preserve culture and to ensure that more people can be moved and inspired by the magic of cinema.
Here's something even older, the Lumiere brothers' first film from 1895. This photo shows his brother, his wife, and son, all in front of the camera. I also own stills from Xu Pinggui and Wang Baochuan, which turned out to be Taiwan's first Taiwanese language film. I realized only years later after I saw the movie myself. It felt magical to discover this piece of history was sitting right in my own collection. The film we're about to show was made around the 1950s, shot by a foreign filmmaker who came to Taiwan. I bought a lot of early Taiwanese films on eBay. If it said it was a documentary about Taiwan, I'd buy it right away. I often search eBay for 16mm films. At first, nothing came up under Taiwan. But when I tried Formosa 16mm, suddenly several results appeared. Back in those days, aside from the public films shown in theaters, no one in Taiwan was documenting the island. Only foreign filmmakers came to record it.
Over the years, Chang has built an extraordinary collection. More than 700 projectors, over 1,000 reels of film, and tens of thousands of documents, books, and posters. When asked if he plans to keep collecting, he doesn't hesitate. Of course, because for him, this is more than just a collection. It is his dream, his way of keeping cinema alive.
Today, I still browse international sites. Why? Because overseas people treat these artifacts as national treasures. I truly believe it's my mission to preserve the history of cinema. I'm grateful for everyone who's helped me along the way. I'm 60 now. Give me 20 more years and I'll continue to collect, preserve, and share Taiwan's movie history with the world.
Just like old people do.